Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, the House passes the Samosa Act, but once again must wait on the Senate. And a bipartisan Senate bill aims to create a national network of cloud laboratories. It's Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. And now let's dive into the day's top headlines. The House on Monday passed a bill that would revamp how agencies purchase software, putting the legislation in the same place it was a year ago, waiting for the Senate to follow suit as the clock ticks down on the congressional calendar. The Strengthening Agency Management and Oversight of Software Assets, or SAMOSA Act, would require agencies to examine their software licensing practices with the aim of streamlining IT buying practices to avoid duplicative purchases. The bill is identical to legislation that passed the House last December but did not move forward in the Senate. The House bill, co-sponsored by Representatives Nancy Mace of South Carolina, Shontel Brown of Ohio, Pat Fallon of Texas, and April McLean Delaney of Maryland, would press agencies to better manage their software without limiting procurement options. They would be required to submit IT assets to the Office of Management and Budget, the General Services Administration, and Congress, so better oversight could be conducted. On the House floor Monday, Brown credited her three co-sponsors, as well as former Representative Jerry Connolly of Virginia, who died of cancer in May after taking the lead on this bill, in addition to his myriad of other government IT efforts. Brown, ranking member of the House Oversight, Cybersecurity, Information Technology, and Government Innovation Subcommittee, said the SAMOSA Act is a, quote, straightforward good government bill that has strong bipartisan support from members of the Oversight Committee, unquote. Now moving on to other news, a new bill from Senators John Fetterman, Democrat of Pennsylvania, and Ted Budd, Republican of North Carolina, would establish a national network of cloud laboratories led by the National Science Foundation and supported by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, with the goal of enhancing collaboration between institutions while improving research efficiency with AI. If passed, NSF will select up to 6 programmable cloud laboratories from a range of applicants, including academic institutions and private sector research groups. NIST would be tasked with setting standards and reporting to Congress about the feasibility for expansion. The bill, introduced last week, aligns with provisions laid out by the Trump administration's AI Action Plan and aims to codify existing NSF proposals, according to the sponsors. NSF earmarked $100 million for a similar AI-powered cloud network in August, as it looked to expand access to emerging technologies. Researchers in the co-sponsors' home states have developed methods to ease automated discoveries, which will serve as a blueprint for the national effort. NSF will judge applicants on the level of existing data integration and automated capability infrastructure and capacity to support multi-user cloud workflows, among other criteria. In addition to bipartisan backing, the legislation garnered support from officials at Carnegie Mellon University, the Accelerate Science Now Coalition, and the Allegheny Conference on Community Development. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, make sure to visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back tomorrow with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, as always, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.